Yeah, appreciate y'all being here. It's always an exciting time for all of us involved in college basketball. To me, the first day of summer workouts is always kind of the first step in the journey. A lot of relationship building during the recruiting process, starting back in March all the way up to literally a couple days before we got started with our last signee. We started yesterday on the floor. We'll have eight weeks with the guys this summer. The extended break around July 4th. In those 8 weeks, we'll have an opportunity to practice a few times. Those practices are sacred. We don't have many team practices, but we have a few. We'll have some inter-squad scrimmages in those practices, but obviously a lot of time in the weight room, the training room, the film room. But probably more important than anything to us is just kind of building our culture and building our team. So it's just an exciting time. Really looking forward to this summer, giving you guys access to our players. The bottom line is we just want our fan base, our student body, our season ticket holders, everybody that supports Ole Miss basketball to get to know our players sooner than later. College basketball has changed. We all know this. The days of having your whole team return where the fans have that relationship with the guys, those days are over. And so I think we're all going to work at this together. So give you guys access to our players this summer, tell their stories, get to know them. The goal is when we take the floor in November, our fan base is already really familiar with our team and has a personal connection. So what I just described, there's a lot of work involved. So I want to thank you guys on the front end of anything you do, this summer to get to know our team, to push our players' stories out there. Most important thing in our program is our players. Always has been, always will be. So today, to join by these two guys. Pretty cool. We obviously coached against both these guys last year, played James in a non-conference game, so we were familiar with his game through preparation. Then obviously played against Travis in SEC play. But these are two guys that we really identified in the recruiting process that we really wanted for so many reasons. Non-basketball is where it starts as we try to continue to build the program. These are high character guys, just good people. Their basketball doesn't define these two guys. They have lives outside of basketball, great families, plans for their lives within basketball and after basketball. So just two guys that I really enjoyed getting to know in the recruiting process, and certainly have enjoyed my first couple of days with them here this summer. Both guys are kind of what I say positionless players. James is going to be identified and being tall and long and athletic and the things he's done in the past. But him and I share a view that he has a ceiling in his game with some things that he hasn't been able to do at this point in his basketball career. So that's his responsibility to develop, and it's our responsibility to help him develop and put him in those positions. But high expectations for James. Experienced player, played in the NCAA tournament last year. So we're excited to have him here. Same thing with Travis. I think Travis is going to be identified by the way he shoots the basketball. Always has been, always will be able. But Travis and I share a vision for his game that he's much, much more than a shooter. That he's a guy that can play multiple positions, just like James on the team. High IQ player. So both these guys are exactly what we look for in recruiting. Not only their skill set and talent to play in the SEC, but also their intelligence, their love of the game, what kind of teammates they are, and ultimately what kind of competitors they are. I'm shared this table today with two guys that know how to win. I mean, both guys were successful seasons, played in the NCAA tournament. So that's something we value more than anything is, say, does this guy know how to win? Has he ever won before? Did he impact that winning? And we believe 100% that these two guys are winners. So open it up to any questions for these guys.
Travis, Jake Thompson on the Spirit on three for you. What was it that kind of wanted you to leave that situation in Kentucky, and what was Ole Miss? What did they offer that you wanted?
Yeah, I was very pleased with my freshman season at Kentucky. I feel like we had a great group of guys that I was able to learn a ton from and just kind of transform my game. It's hard for any freshman coming in, especially for a freshman coming into the SEC at the best conference ever in college basketball. So I was very blessed to have that opportunity. So I have nothing but love and respect for those guys. Wish them all the best. But whenever I got in the portal, I felt like that Coach Beard's vision for me was exactly what I was looking for. And I felt like we had a lot of guys coming here that wanted to win, wanted to compete at a high level, and I felt like I could come in and impact that.
Not that you were thinking that at the time, but when playing or watching, did you like the kind of style of play that Beard does here at Ole Miss?
No, I mean they definitely play super hard. You can tell that from they got us pretty good last year. They played a great game against us, but just the way they competed all year, was something, you watch everybody in the SEC all year if you're playing in it. So just the way they competed, how hard they played from the beginning to the end, whether they were up 20, down 20, whatever it was, that's something that I think carries over, starts at the top with Coach Beard. That's something that you work on every day in practice. I could feel it yesterday at the start of our practice to the end. That's something that is really instilled in us, and I'm excited to get going with this group.
James, Michael Katz, Daily Journal. Chris brought up some of the things you brought up that you identified some things that you guys can work on to take your game to the next level. What are some of those things that can raise your ceiling?
Like my overall, just like spanning the floor and stuff. Like obviously getting like stronger in the weight room and stuff. I just been like big impact since I've been here. I just like being able to just like space the floor, like can like open up everybody else and like just open up the whole game.
James, Sam Hutchins, Clarion Ledger. Kind of like what Travis said. When you played Ole Miss, what were your impressions of the Rebels? And
my impression was like it was just like whoa, like it was like everybody was having like all 5 guys were having fun out there playing. Like just it was fun all over the court. It was really like different because I never like had that side of play. I played against like a team that played like that before.
Travis, Ben Garrett from the Open Spirit on 3. You've had a relationship with Chris dating back to high school when he recruited you then. How important was that when you get into the portal and it's so chaotic and that process to have somebody and how big of a pull was that for you for Ole Miss? Just with that relationship with Coach Beard?
Yeah, that was definitely very important for me. The relationship that myself and my family have with him, I feel like is really strong. Whenever I got in the portal, I wanted to go somewhere that I knew that I was trusted by the coach, but that also that I could trust them in the same way. And I feel that from the whole staff, top to bottom. But like you said, my relationship with Coach Beard has been great from the time I was in high school. He recruited me very hard, and then whenever I got in the portal, it was more of the same, just kind of talking through the things. The honesty was the most important thing for me, being honest about what I need to work on and honest about the vision here. But the relationship was huge for me.
What do you want to work on in particular when you speak of those things? Ball handling, is it point? What is it for you?
Kind of a mix, like he was saying, kind of the vision, being able to play both positions is something that's big for me. He plays a lot of guards out there at the same time, so being able to play either guard spot and just impact winning at a high level is something that's at the top of that list. But also protecting the ball is something we've already been focusing on. The ball is very important.
Day one, man, he's already getting it.
Yeah, the ball is very important. There's only one ball. There's 10 guys out there, so there's only one ball. So making sure we protect that, and then just having that grit on the defensive side of the ball is something that I'm really trying to value this summer as well.
Travis, Neil McCready with Rivals.com. You had a legendary high school career in Kentucky, beloved player there. How difficult was it to reach the decision that maybe it was best for you to get in the portal and look for a different opportunity?
Yeah, no, it's definitely a difficult decision, I think, for anybody really to get in the portal. But definitely the situation is difficult. But, it just felt like at the end of the day, you got to make the best decision for yourself in your basketball career. You only get so much time to do it. You only get so much time to play basketball. So I felt like I just made the decision that myself and my family came to that was best for my basketball career. And, I'm very excited about it, very excited to get going with this group.
And for both of you guys, Chris referenced practice time in the summer being precious, I think for sure. I'm not sure exactly which one. But you obviously have a little bit, there's a lot of new faces. It's like that all over the country. But how important is it to establish chemistry on and off the floor kind of in the summer months before things ramp up?
It's like very important. It's just like the important thing because you gotta get to know like your teammates, like who like your coaches have and everything. And we've been doing like a really good job of that. Like just like in the training room, like just joking around, laughing around. Like I like practice. Like we was all at Chick-fil-A last night. Like just like stuff like that, small stuff.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's he's already talked on it. Like time is our biggest factor. We've got time. We've got to focus on getting better every single day. And I think that's kind of started for us, working on not focusing on the day, but maybe focusing on each rep, win each drill, being competitive in that. And I think that carries over. If you see that your leader is out there winning each rep and working to win each rep, I think that'll carry over to all the other guys. And I think that's a great way that we built culture so far here.
Travis, is it important for you to be known as more than a shooter?
It is. I like to be known as a guy that can shoot the ball very well, but there's not many guys that just are straight shooters that have a successful career. So that's something that I've really tried to work on this summer, even going back to my high school days, just trying to be more than just a shooter, more than just a scorer, and really the identity I want is somebody that impacts winning at the highest level.
with the team being so new to us reporters and the players, what 2 days into organized activities, but what have been your first impressions of the roster, Travis?
I feel like we have a very competitive group. I think that's something that's really good for us. We have a lot of athleticism. This league is the most athletic league in the country, so that's something that you want a lot of size, athleticism to kind of control what we want to control on the defensive end. And then I think we have a very skilled team. We have a team that complements each other well. We have guys that can space the floor and score the ball from around the arc very well, but also guys that are smart inside the arc that know how to either get their shooters open or get themselves open by screening or something like that. So I've been very impressed with our team, but above all, I've been impressed with like the competitiveness that we have. Everybody wants to win in whatever drill it is, and I think that's the most important thing.
James, do you ever miss the mask?
I noticed it. I don't
You still have it?
I still got it in my room to look at. Yeah.
Is it in Oxford?
Yeah, it's an option. Yeah.
When did you get to, in all seriousness, when did you get cleared to take it off?
you see
I mean,
that
you played
pop?
with it for a long time.
I mean, I've been cleared. I'm pretty sure I'm cleared.
Yeah. What was that like? The injury itself, and then getting fitted for the mask and going out. Well, I assume you probably never really played with the mask before. What was that like?
It was like crazy. Like I never think I would ever lose my teeth playing like basketball. So losing them was just crazy, and having to pick them up. It was all crazy, but it was cool. Like I was able not to miss any games or anything, and just be able to keep playing.
How much time did you spend at the dentist after that?
Probably I spent like an hour.
That's all?
No, they just had to just pull the teeth out, and that was in, put stitches in. I don't know, that crazy.
You tried to play back in that game, right?
Oh yeah, I did try to
Because
play.
PK said you want to come back in the game.
Yeah, I wanted to, but it was just too far up my nose, so I couldn't play no more.
How bad does it hurt when you get tooth knocked out?
It don't hurt it only hurts when they was pulling it out, but it don't hurt when you get knocked out.
Hard to think about it.
James, Tyler Comas with 24/7. Can you just talk about your initial impressions of Coach Beard and maybe how your relationships developed over? I know it's really new, but
I mean, it was really just funny to like on the visit, just random stuff was happening. Like the golf cart had broke down. It was just we had to push it. They were just talking about this adversity. He's just he got a lot of sayings. I'll get to know him all. He got sayings and 4 to 1 stuff. So it's just been really cool so far.
Thanks, guys.
So,
Thank
See
you.
you, bud.